Perfect. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel Cotton. I'm the Community Resource Developer and Perkins Grant Coordinator for DCTS, and I'd like to welcome you to the open house of the School of Health and Biosciences. We have all of our teachers here tonight joining us from the various programs that we'll be talking about. These are the programs that we have with us for this evening that we can answer questions on. We're going to get started with a short video, but we have a lot of information to go over. If you have any questions at all during the presentation, please feel free to drop them in the chat box or in the Q&A option, and they will be answered at the very end. So again, this is being recorded and you'll be able to find it on our website that will be shown at the end of the presentation. So let's get started on our video. Enjoy.
Exercise Therapy and Sports Science is a program that provides both a theoretical and lab component and is designed for those students whose career objective includes college and a career within the sports medicine, athletic training, physical therapy, occupational therapy, exercise physiology, fitness training, and/or nutrition fields. Program graduates are prepared to pursue post-secondary education while developing a foundation of technical knowledge. Health Sciences is a healthcare career exploration program culminating with the opportunity to choose a medical assistant or patient care technician pathway. The Health Sciences curriculum is a foundation for all healthcare pathways in which students may choose to train for a medical assistant certification or patient care technician certification. Medical assistants work in the offices of physicians, podiatrists, chiropractors, and other health practitioners. They assist physicians and nurses communicate with patients, take patient history, manage online medical records, measure vital signs, give injections, schedule appointments, and administer blood tests. Patient care technicians work primarily in a hospital setting. They assist nurses and other team members in providing care to the acute patient. They assist patients with activities of daily living, taking vital signs, and administering blood tests. Students who enroll in the Dental Occupations program learn a variety of skills that will enable them to become a dental assistant, dental laboratory technician, and/or pursue a career as an expanded function dental assistant or dentist. There is a focus on patient-centered care in support of improving oral health as a key to personal health and well-being. The major areas of study in this program include dental radiology, oral pathology, chairside dental assisting, anatomy and physiology, dental materials, sterilization, and dental office business procedures. Students will be introduced to dental anatomy, dental charting systems, infection control procedures, dental instruments and procedures for general dentistry, chairside assisting techniques, and radiology basics. As students continue in this program, they will receive more lectures on advanced dental anatomy, dental software programs, dental specialties, and prep for certified dental assisting and radiology board exams. The Biomedical Technology and Laboratory Sciences program provides students with the opportunity to use state-of-the-art equipment to learn the principles of scientific investigation and how they apply to environmental health, forensics, genetic engineering, and medicine. An emphasis is placed on DNA fingerprinting, polyamerase chain reaction, microbiology, and immunology. Students leaving this program have a strong foundation necessary to pursue post-secondary and career opportunities in pathology, biomedical engineering, genetics, medical technology, and molecular and cellular biology. Students explore the principles of biomedical science by engaging students in dissection, experimental design, and various laboratory skills. They learn concepts of biology and medicine to determine the factors that led to a death of a fictional person. Students learn about human body systems through projects such as determining the identity of a skeleton using both forensic anthropology and DNA analysis. Students examine the interactions of human body systems and apply what they know to solve real-world medical cases. Students delve into activities such as designing a prosthetic arm and investigate how to prevent, diagnose, and treat diseases. The Emergency and Protective Services program offers a comprehensive public safety education to students interested in pursuing a career or volunteering in the emergency medical services, law enforcement, firefighting, private security, industrial safety, or emergency management services. Students work with a protective service professionals to gain first-hand experience in all areas of these exciting professions. Units of study include firefighting, law enforcement, criminal justice, emergency medical services, 911 communications, corrections, homeland security, report writing, public speaking, and physical training. The EPS program offers several field learning opportunities to students. During these opportunities, students will complete shifts with firefighters, EMTs, and nurses on ambulances, and in the emergency department with local hospitals and EMS organizations. Students will be able to hone their skills while working with real patients in the field.
Awesome. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video with all of the different aspects of the program, got to see what our laboratories look like and some of the equipment that our students use. Now for just a couple of pictures, so you can see some additional resources of our students. If you didn't get a good look in the video, here are some additional pictures. This is dental occupations hosted at the Aston campus. Exercise therapy and sports science also hosted at the Aston campus. Emergency and Protective Services hosted at the Fallcroft campus. Health Sciences hosted at our Fallcroft campus. And Biomedical Technology and Laboratory Sciences hosted at our Aston campus. Our current application is moving to an online format at dciu.org/DCTS. The application will be similar to what you're viewing right here. This is located in our current course guide and our previous course guides as well, if you have a copy of that. But our current course guide is located on the website. You can find the similar application and an entire application page on the website for you to complete and submit and get your pathway started to DCTS started and ready to go for the next year. With the application process, there's a lot of information that you'll have to cover, general information that you can see here. There is an option to pick 3 different choices at DCTS, but unfortunately you can only attend one program due to the amount of information that you'll be learning, the industry certifications that you'll be receiving, as well as college credit opportunities and more. There's a lot of different stuff going on, so we just need some basic information to get that started. And again, that is listed on our website for you to complete. On this application that you're seeing on the screen here, at the very bottom, there is a spot listed for the counselors at the sending school to complete as well on behalf of the student. All of our counselors will be submitting their attendance records, disciplinary records, and grades for all of the students. When you fill out the online application format, there is a spot that you'll be selecting the counselor from your high school so that they get notified that they need to fill out the supplemental information for you to complete your DCTS application. Additionally, the students will be doing 2 writing samples with 2 very important questions. Why are you applying to DCTS? And tell us about your educational interests and goals. These are really great questions to start thinking about. And if you're unsure about DCTS, definitely talk with your counselors, talk with your teachers and friends and family about what possible careers that you might be good at or might be interested, and get your application in. Applications are due at the end of February 28th. So please make sure to get those in on time to get yourself a spot to get started in one of our awesome DCTS programs. DCTS also offers additional programming for students to continue learning in the different pathways of all of our programs and getting the experience to see what these career fields and opportunities are like. We offer job shadowing and mentoring for students to go to job sites and visit with business professionals and industry professionals to see what these job fields are like.
Automatic voice message system.
Okay, and see what the job fields are like and different experiences that you can have while attending these different jobs, seeing what maybe uniforms that are like, the salaries could be, ask questions about things that you'll be doing on the job and the different positions that you could potentially be in. So it's a great opportunity that students have. Additionally, we have cooperative education experiences for students that are paid positions where students can have the opportunity to go to an actual job site and practice their skills that they're learning from the classroom and implement them into different career fields for a job. So they'll be going to a job site and actually getting the hands-on experience that they need. At this time, as you can see, that there are a lot of pictures on the screen of different students at their job sites, making money and getting this experience. But do any teachers who are currently on the Zoom call like to share any of the experiences that their students have had in the cooperative education experience? Or would anyone like to share about possible experiences that they've heard?
For the health science for the our program that's at DCTS, we don't do the co-op. So it might be one of the other programs that could speak up.
Yeah, my apologies. I was trying to unmute myself. We don't do, so EPS teacher, we don't do co-op per se. Students aren't paid to do it, but they still shadow healthcare providers in the ER and things like that. I mean, most recently we were at the ER in Crozier Chester Medical Center, and that's a trauma center. So our students get to see trauma activations from pretty much start to finish, from when they're brought into the ER to when they're all bandaged up. We've had several students see some pretty high acuity patients. Makes for good classroom discussion afterwards as well. But definitely a good opportunity to put what we learn in the classroom into practice in the real world.
And the MA program does do mentoring at with Trinity Healthcare physicians at Fitz and other locations.
Great. Mr. Hansen, I know that you are on. Are you able to share any of the experiences for dental or the exercise therapy and sports science program? I know that there have been several students that have gone out for the cooperative education experience.
Certainly. Mr. Dolinger's on, so I'll allow him to speak.
Oh, perfect.
In regard to exercise science. But in terms of dental assisting, one of the great attributes to the program is that students can receive their radiology certification, which basically what that entails, that students can go to work at a dental office and be certified to actually conduct x-rays on patients. So that's a really, really beneficial and easy way to get your foot in the door, so to speak, in a dental office. And, you know, to set yourself up on a pathway where you're getting career experience, but to prepare you for that next component of which may be, you know, going to become a dental hygienist, or again, maybe going to dental school or going to school for orthodontics. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to get your feet wet in the industry and see if it's something that's a fit for you, while also earning a paycheck. So there are lots of opportunities for co-op experience for dental students, especially once they have that radiology certification.
Perfect.
And as far as the exercise therapy and sports science program, we've had a multitude of students in the past few years either shadow and do cooperative education opportunities at local physical therapy companies. One of the biggest issues that we've kind of had as far as getting placement with students, obviously the pandemic going on has been tough to get kids into the medical field, but also one of the bigger providers in the area, ATI Physical Therapy, requires students to be at least 18 years old in order to be what they call a rehab technician, which would be a paid program. But the opportunities are available if a student is 18 and a third-year member of the program. We've also been in contacts with the local YMCAs as far as the physical therapy, or the personal training side of the curriculum. So the opportunities are definitely present.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So moving on, DCTS does offer additional student organizations that students can participate in, with Skills USA, FCCLA, HOSA, and the National Technical Honor Society. There are scholarship opportunities, fundraisers, competitions, and leadership opportunities that students can participate in. We currently do not offer any sports or other additional extracurriculars. So if you are participating in those at your sending high school, continue to participate in those. They make you well-rounded, you meet friends, and you continue to learn things all the time, which is great. You do get the opportunity to get back in time to participate in sports if you have an away game, different things like that. We make sure that you can still participate in things that are happening at your school. DCTS is actually hosting the Skills USA competition next week, which is very exciting for our students to compete in that against other career technical centers locally. DCTS offers additional college credit opportunities for all of our students in every program. These are currently what we are offering through Immaculata University and Widener University. The courses do change every year depending on what is available through the colleges and universities that we partner with. With this, students do have the opportunity through Widener to earn up to 30 college credits by the time they graduate, which is incredible. With Immaculata, they earn 3 college credits depending on the course that they are taking. With both of these, they are at $100 per credit from Immaculata and $300 for one course through Widener University. So they are heavily discounted courses. They will be taking them simultaneously at the same time that they are at DCTS and at their high school. Widener is done through an online program. I believe they use Canvas to do their work at the same time. So it's a great opportunity for students to try college or get a head start on their general education courses so that maybe they can pick up a minor, another major, certificates, or even graduate early or lower the tuition that they have at school, which is an incredible opportunity for all students. So these are some of the courses that we have currently offered. Again, these could be changing next year. Additional college credit opportunities that we have are the SOAR credits, which stands for Students Occupationally and Academically Ready, which comes from the state of Pennsylvania. So all of the schools that are located on collegetransfer.net, which is the link at the bottom, you can find schools that are across the state of Pennsylvania that are participating in this program based on their technical programs that they have at their school. The schools can offer a minimum of 6 college credits. Some have offered up to 18 college credits, 12 college credits, depending on the school and what they are able to provide to the students. These are at no cost to students, just for completing the DCTS program, completing the task list, the NOCTI, and earning a 2.5 GPA in career technical education. Students are able to receive the college credit at no cost. It will automatically be added to their transcript, which is amazing. These credits are not transferable. So dual enrollment credits, like I mentioned previously right here, those are transferable credits. So students can take the credits with them to any other college or university that they decide to transfer to, or if they decide to stay at Immaculata or Widener, those classes can already be listed on their transcript. But to earn the SOAR credits through these classes, you automatically have to go to the school that they are associated with, and they are non-transferable. Another good way to put this is additional college credit that we have, which are local agreements that work exactly the same way as the SOAR credits. I put an example right there with exercise therapy and sports science at DCTS. You have to earn those things, and then the student can go to Newman University and already achieve those 3 classes on their transcript with no cost to the student or to DCTS. So those, just for completing the program, the students can have the opportunity to have 3 college classes already listed on their college transcript. So they are now ahead of their program. It might be less in books, in tuition, in housing expenses, food, and so much more. I personally graduated from a Penn State branch campus, and to be a full-time student, you had to take a minimum of 12 credits. So with that right there being 9 credits, the students are almost completed an entire semester of college, which is really neat to say. So Those are some of the schools that we currently work with. The full list of schools is located on our website, which the website is listed right here at dciu.org/DCTS. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with seeing pictures and videos of what the students are doing all the time. There are 360-degree videos and photos. There's additional galleries that the students can look at, industry certifications, and so much more. So before we get into our questions, which if you do have any, please drop them in the chat or in the Q&A box. But before we get into any questions, do any teachers or DCTS staff want to chime in on anything about their program or about what we have talked about so far?
I was just going to piggyback on to what Mr. Dolinger was talking about with the pandemic. For our health sciences program, we are having a difficult time at this time with clinicals, but we are still in communication with Trinity and going to get the students out there as soon as we get the all clear. So we are looking forward to an end of this. But at this time, we have, as you saw in the videos, our labs and our simulations that we do for the students are pretty neat for them. And they do learn a lot just being in our setting.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything they want to add?
Rach, I can add, just speaking about our programs in general across the buildings, is that being in the health occupations field for any one of our programs really adds a lot of value to our students. What we realize, and students come to realize, is that getting a multitude of possible dual enrollment credits while also getting possible certifications to utilize for their advantage puts them at a very large advantage to their peers who are at their setting schools learning from their classes, which is fantastic. But our students are getting, not only getting that, but they're getting the opportunity to get certificates and work in a post-secondary position and possibly work through college, which poses them to having a great advantage and a leg into possibly a hospital setting or a medical group, which is awesome for them going forward.
Perfect, thank you. So we did receive a couple of questions. The first question is for Mr. Wiemer. What are some specifics on the firefighting program?
Sure thing. So hoping this will change next year. We'll see for sure. We put in to offer a few extra certifications to offer them the entry-level firefighting curriculum for the state of Pennsylvania, also known as Fire One. So there's a solid chance that we'll be offering all or some of that, depending on how many modules the State Fire Academy grants us. But currently, they cover pretty much that entire curriculum and just don't get that certification specifically. They get a county level, cadet firefighter certification or certificate, depending on how you look at it, that allows them to do pretty much any exterior task at the scene of a fire or an emergency. So pretty much anything, with the exception of going inside of a fire. It's obviously due to age restrictions and things like that. But as far as the training goes, I mean, the fire portion is my most favorite portion of the curriculum. It's definitely the most fun. I mean, they get to play with fire. They get to put out fire. They get to get their hands dirty, put on the gear, work with real fire companies. So it's definitely like a lot of action involved in that part of the curriculum for sure.
Awesome. Our next question. Do the majority of students go to post-secondary schools, or do they go for the certification and work in the industry? This is open to any teachers and their programs.
I mean, I have a lot of students that have gone on to post-secondary. Since we have that articulation agreement with Newman, we have a lot of students that go to Newman, but they do go into nursing or other healthcare schooling, and then they also can work as an MA or a PCT while they're going to school.
I can jump on that question. So about 2/3 of our students do go to a post-secondary college or maybe another technical school. And the students that I've talked to our former students said they really felt confident walking into those programs and a lot more comfortable than some of the other students that were starting fresh. They really felt like they were a little bit more advanced and it made it easier for them. So it was a smooth transition.
One more thing to add with health sciences, some of our students, although they may not go right into college, they may work as a certified MA or PCT or nurse aide. It may, in a few years, they may go on to nursing and become nurses. I have a lot that, 10 years later are just finishing up their 4-year nursing degree, but have been in the field, since graduating from DCTS.
Perfect, great question. Our next question, what is the age for the EPS program? I'm going to answer this for all of our programs. They're from 10th to 12th grade. So that's for all of our programs that you can attend in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, not just for the EPS programs.
Certification wise though, I understand if you were reading into the program a little bit why you might ask that question. So if you're looking to get the EMT certification, the medical certification out of it, you would just have to be 16 by the time that certification ends. So you need to be 16 by the end of the school year. However, it's a 2-year program. You have to remember that. So, if you're a senior, you're going to be over the age of 16. So even if you don't get it your junior year, you'd be able to get it your senior year. Sorry about that, Ms. Cotton, but I just wanted to make sure. I totally understand why that person asked that question.
Hey, that is a great answer and definitely more knowledge that we can share with people who are listening. The next question, is this application for next year's school year? Also, I was wondering if there were any specifics on forensics. I wanted to go into something related to forensics, and I was wondering if DCTS offered anything specific with what could help me. So the application is for the next school year, for 2022-2023. Ms. Black, would you like to answer about the forensics for biomedical technology and laboratory science?
Do that. So my name is Marnie Black. I am the biomed teacher at Aston campus, and I teach forensics is actually our whole first unit. So we start my class out with a crime scene, and they go in and they evaluate the evidence, and we use math and science to solve the crime. So it all starts with forensics, and then we build that into anatomy and physiology. And then from there, we get into like medical innovations, like prosthetics and biotech like that. And then from there, they can do like a capstone project. So all of these courses are Project Lead the Way courses. So the course syllabus is available online. If you just go to pltw.org, you are able to download the biomed curriculum, and it can show you a little outline of what we do in class. And it all starts with forensics though, but you have to also enjoy anatomy and physiology and all the other parts of biology that we do. But it's very strong in forensics at the beginning.
Perfect, great question. Our next question, and this can be for DCTS admin, around what time would we get back to our schools?
So I can jump on. So usually in the morning session, students arrive at our schools, 7:30, 7:45 start time. They'll get back to their singing schools. We dismiss at about 10:15, between 10:15 and 10:30. So I think the latest a school gets back to be closer to 11 o'clock. Some schools are back definitely earlier. Our PM session in the afternoon, students are arriving at about 11:20-ish. Usually by 11:45, all students have arrived, and then they're getting back to their singing schools by about 2:15, I would say, for the most part for every school, some a little earlier than that for the afternoon session.
Perfect, thank you. And the last question that I have right here is, what will we mostly be focusing on in the laboratory? So I'm not sure if this is relating to a specific question a specific program, since all of our programs do have a laboratory component with them. But if any of our teachers would like to talk about what happens in your laboratories, please feel free to.
For the health science laboratory, especially for the first level students, we focus on ADLs, as we call it in healthcare. That's activities of daily living. So the students will learn how to assist patients, clients, residents with their activities of daily living. And that would be getting a patient dressed who maybe has a weak arm and can't do it by themselves, learning to feed a patient who can't feed themselves, getting a patient out of a bed with use of some adaptive equipment. We also do vital signs. We learn taking blood pressures, temperatures, respirations. What else? Height, weight, just simple transfers for someone who can't get to the bed to the wheelchair by themselves. They know how to properly use a wheelchair safely, get the patients out of bed.
As Mrs. Milio was saying, we typically follow along with what we're doing in our theory room with the lab. So if we're working on a specific body system, we'll do the skills to match up to that.
And then for health sciences, when they've come up to second level, Tina and I in the MA and PCT program build on what Monica and Kate, Mrs. Beatty and Mrs. Milio have taught, and we teach more specifics to the job that we do. Blood draws, we practice vital signs again, and we do all kinds of things in, you know, teach them skills for the doctor's offices and the patient care units, acute settings of the hospitals.
Do any of the other teachers want to share about what happens in their laboratory?
I also want to say the students get the feeling of what it is to be like a patient also, because a lot of the skills that we teach in the lab, we don't just use the mannequins. The students have to be patients. So they have to see what it feels like to put, you know, some kind of adaptive equipment on them to get them out of bed. They have to feed each other. So they get to feel like what it would be like to be on the receiving end of care.
Perfect. Do any of the other teachers want to share about their laboratory?
Sure, I can for EPS. Just like the other programs that spoke, definitely follow what we're doing in the theory room, but it really ranges. I mean, that's where students are going to learn how to actually put out a fire or do CPR, or for our law enforcement portion, arrest somebody. So that's where all of the hands-on stuff goes on, and that's where we have all the real-world equipment too. You know, we have a fire engine and things like that in our lab as well to kind of facilitate the training. So the lab's definitely the more exciting of the two parts, but the theory part's still necessary as well.
Thank you. Okay, so I have a three-part question for our admin. The first question, do you offer transportation to get back to the home schools? And will our classes at our high school be cut down in time?
I can answer that. So the districts provide transportation to and from the campuses, either the Fallcroft or Aston campus. The question about the classes being cut down, we really can't answer because it's up to the scheduling of the school district. So that would be a question for your home school as to whether any of the classes would be cut down in time.
Perfect. And then
But generally,
go ahead.
Generally, a student would be taking half their class schedule with us and the other half at the home school. So generally, you'll be taking a math and English and a couple of electives along with science, social studies, depending on whether you're on a block schedule or a 8-period schedule or some variation of that. So your classes generally won't be shortened in time, but you will have less number of courses at your home school, which are our classes and take the place of some of the courses at the home school.
Perfect. And then our next question, how easy is it to switch from one program to the next? So unfortunately at DCTS, you can only participate in one program so that you can learn the maximum amount of technical skills as well as industry certifications and achieving college credit and credentials.
I'll jump in there, Rachel, too. However, if you get into a program and you find that that's not the program for you and you want to look at another program within DCTS, we have had some students switch programs as long as it's fairly early on in their curriculum, so they still get the benefit of the complete program. So as long as there is space in the program and the program is a good fit and you'll be able to benefit from it, we do allow students to switch programs at times.
Perfect. Our next question, would we be able to take college classes for college credit at the same time? As I've stated previously, DCTS does offer dual enrollment college credit for students to participate in at Immaculata University and Widener University. They are virtual programs that students will be attending. So you do not actually go to the college campus to participate in the dual enrollment. You'll be doing it at the same time that you are taking your classes at DCTS. And the next question, for the courses that we would take at DCTS, would they be at the same level as our high school? For example, if I'm taking an AP class next year, would I take the same course at DCTS?
So I'll chime in and anybody else can join in. So you really have to work with your district school counselor, the district liaison with us. Advanced placement courses, there are some of our programs that, and in particular medical careers, that are counted at a higher weight in some districts. In terms of the taking advanced placement courses with us, that is not possible. Generally, what you do is take the advanced placement courses at your sending school, and we have a number of students that are doing that. They're take advanced placement chemistry or biology and be taking elective courses with us. Project Lead the Way that is in our biomedical program. Some of the coursework, other districts have utilized similar coursework for advanced placement coursework, but it really depends on the sending district how they would craft a student's schedule and take an advanced credits. But I've in a previous time worked closely with a couple of our sending high schools and their course selection, and often one of our medical programs or one of our health science programs would be paired up with like an advanced placement biology or advanced placement chemistry course or something in mathematics. So if anybody else has additional information on that, by all means join in, but I would urge you to speak with your school guidance counselor about the possibilities.
I can jump in for just a minute, having come from the sending schools a little bit. So most schools will give you at least an academic, if not sometimes an honors level weighting towards your coursework from DCTS. Also, if you're doing dual enrollment and you're going to count as college credit, you're getting a credit for college, get a credit for college. Some campuses or some high schools will give you the opportunity to transfer the credit in as possibly an AP level weighting for your coursework. You can only transfer in a maximum of usually 6 credits for the your entire school, 4 years. So definitely look, like as Dr. Butts alluded to, look at your school's policy and also talk to your admin or counselor at your sending school.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
I just wanted to say sorry, The Project Lead the Way Biomed is, the curriculum is created by the same people that create the AP curriculum. So it's all under College Board. So College Board creates AP curriculum. They also create the Project Lead the Way curriculum, and Project Lead the Way Biomed course is an honors level course. Some schools don't count it as an honors level course. Some schools don't even count it as a science course. So you have to check with your home school, but the curriculum is an honors level curriculum.
And with the medical assistant and the PCT program, they're actually post-secondary programs that they're getting, like, so our books are considered post-secondary books. So they're actually like if they wanted to take this after they graduated, it would be like a $14,000 to $17,000 course for them to take. So that it is a post-secondary course basically for high school students now.
Perfect. The next question. On the application, is educational interests and goals for DCTS or not?
So I'll join in, and again, anybody can chime in as well. On the application, what we're looking for is, what's a student career pathway? What are their interests? What do they want to get out of coming to the tech school? What are they thinking about either going on to college for, or a career pathway that they may be interested in? So that's what we're looking for in the essays, is really reflecting upon what you want out of your education and what you intend to do or think you would be interested in doing upon graduation, so that our tech program can fit within that. So we do look at the essays, consider them based on what a student's interests are and what they truly want to look at in terms of a career pathway or in terms of education goals for themselves. So it's not just about the tech school, it's more is about what value would our technical programs have for you in your journeys into a career or journey into higher education.
Perfect, thank you. And our last question, can we have the teachers' emails if we have more questions later? All teachers and staff emails are listed on our website, but I also recommend that you check out our course guide first, as well as the different website pages before contacting the teachers, because there's a lot of information that's provided on there with median salaries. There's course descriptions of all of our programs at DCTS, not just the ones that you're hearing tonight. There's all sorts of different tabs on our website as well for further information, an FAQ page, college opportunity pages, and a lot more. So with any questions, our website is certainly a good place to start with getting your questions answered, but you're also more than welcome to call our offices at either Aston or Fallcroft. And with that, I have not received any more questions. If any teachers or staff have any last minute comments that they would like to add before we wrap things up.
I would just want to thank our teachers and thank Ms. Cotton and our administration for assisting with these open houses. We do appreciate being able to record them and being able to put them onto our website for potential students to look at and to get an idea of what our programs are all about. So I do appreciate everybody's work with this. Thank you to the people attending, the prospective students. I strongly urge you to take a look at the various career pathways, the various programs that we have. Each one of our programs, especially in the health occupations, can give you an idea of what the possibilities are out there. And generally, all of our tech areas are to require additional learning at some point, whether you do it right away after you leave high school or on down the road, as was alluded to already. So we are part of a educational pathway, part of a journey toward finding out what you may want to do over the next couple of years in your life. But I can guarantee in the health occupation areas, health sciences, emergency services, what has taken place over the last couple of years have definitely changed how we work with one another, and how we consider dealing with a pandemic, which is what we're dealing with now, and how we take care of one another and be able to offer quality medicine, quality healthcare, quality science exploration over the next number of years. So thank you all for participating. Unless somebody else has a final word of wisdom, that's to conclude our webinar. And I do appreciate everybody's input and help with this.
Perfect. I just want to remind everyone that this recording of this open house will be posted on our website tomorrow. Additionally, all of the other open houses will also be posted on our website. I want to thank everyone again for participating. Stay safe and healthy and have a great rest of your evening. Bye.